All right, so I'm slowly starting to get more comfortable with Airtable and I'm slowly starting to get more comfortable with its capabilities. And I've come to understand that it is so much more than a database as it would appear at first glance. So, this is one of the many features, which is views. And in those views, you have the option for forms. And so I'm just going to go very quickly through a use case. This is actually what we provided for a client, so we're going to walk through both the front end and the back end of this system. So here's the deal. My client has a database of speakers, and she has the task of assigning different speakers to different events, figuring out which speakers are best suited for any given event. But the thing is, it takes forever. It's a very painstaking task. So I was able to create this system where you can file a request, and Airtable will automatically identify which speakers match the specifications that you dictate. And here's what we put together. So we're going to go through this as if I was an event host looking for a speaker. All right, so I've populated the form with some demo information. We'll go ahead and submit this, but first let's look at the pieces that are here. We have the event name, industry, topics, the date, and then a contact. So who are we going to be able to schedule this event with? Those are the primary fields. But if you already have a speaker in mind for some reason, if you're familiar with the company, if you're sourcing this company because of a specific speaker, then you would have the opportunity to select one. But let's go ahead and submit this. Okay, so this is auto-populated from the request form, but the beautiful part is when we scroll over, you can see the speakers have auto-populated. This is an automation that identifies whatever speakers match the industry that was specified in the request and populates with whatever speakers match that request. Guys, this has so many different use cases. I couldn't even begin to explain how incredible Airtable is. That was just a brief example of what it can do. I'll show you the automation that we have running here in the back end. The trigger is the form submission the form that we just went through. Um, it will then find a record in the speaker database. So we have already filled out a database, a separate table with all of the information of all the speakers that we have within the agency, everybody that can service an event. And we have filled in what topics they discuss, their bio is there, all of that information. And I'll actually, one second. So all of that information is there. This step will find the information in that database, collect it, and bring it back to this table. Then it'll create a new record from that service request. So that's going to see what when we first open up the table, this first line, that is thanks to that third step of the automation, all of this information right here. And then finally, we are just going to update that one cell, the speaker cell, with whatever record we found in the second step. So a simple automation, a pretty simple setup, but massively helpful. I will break this down if you want me to, but we'll go into more detail with more Airtable projects later on. Please keep an eye out for the rest of the Learning Automation series and some more videos on Airtable as well. Thanks.